Welcome back guys, this is Ohit, and in this tutorial I am going to show you how to work with PHP for web development. So you know that we have our brain, which is a part of our body, which helps us to maintain the control, the logic side of our body. Like that same way, in website there is a logic part, control part, which is called as a programming language, and over here it is PHP, through which we can actually store information, we can actually make our website more dynamic. And right now we are going to work with PHP. So PHP, for working with PHP, let's go to our editor, which is this one. And to start with PHP, you know, PHP can be anywhere into your HTML code, and the PHP always starts with index.php or anything.php. So we are not going to actually work with our text editor because we will simply put this entire code inside the phpfiddle.org. For that reason, we just will edit here and paste it over there. Okay, so PHP code starts with PHP tag, something like this, PHP, and you put comma. So let's put some space here. So this is actually the PHP starting tag, and this is the end tag. Everything in between these two tags will be regarded as the PHP code. You can do something here. For example, into the header 1, into the section 2, we want to print something like hello world. Hello world. We can do this by saying echo, which means print out hello world. So it will actually print out the text hello world here. Since we are not going to run the code inside our PC, rather than it will be inside the website phpfiddle.org, we will simply copy the entire code, and let's go to the browser and go to the phpfiddle.org, and inside the code space paste the code. And after pasting the code, you just run it, and if you run the code, you will see that hello world into the second section. So what it is doing actually, it is actually over here into the code, you can see into the header 1 section, it starts, the compiler or the text editor starts with PHP, and it recognizes that okay, the PHP code is starting, and the echo is responsible for echoing or printing out the text after the echo, so which is hello world, to put a semicolon here. And that's how actually the PHP code works. Though you can do some more amazing things with PHP, such as like calculation, advanced things. So let's do something here. We want to do such as like inside the header tag, delete this line, and we want to actually print out a sum of two variables. So what are variables? Variables are some kind of values which can be changed over the period of your program, and you can use these variables to, you know, make calculations. I will explain it a bit later on when I'm writing the code. So I will start with PHP tag, and I will put it into the next line, and I will say and tag. Right now we will take two variables. Variables start with $sign and bar1, and we are assigning a value which is 5 for this variable, and put the semicolon, and go to the next line, $var2, which is 10, semicolon. So we have actually taken two variable here, which is var1 and var2. Again, variable are some memory reserved inside your hardware, which can actually store value. So you can actually, over the program, you can change the value anywhere as you want, but the program always will run from top to bottom. So you have to be careful about that, and you have to be consistent about that. So what we want to do is we want to actually print out the additional value or the sum of bar1 and bar2. To do this, we will say sum equals to var1 plus var2. So what this line is doing actually, This line is creating a variable which is sum, and it is storing a value which is the addition of bar1 and bar2, and you know that bar1 is 5 here and bar2 is 10 here. So we want to actually print out this sum inside this header 1. To do this, simply as we did, we will say the value of bar1 and bar2 is, right now after this text, if we run this right now, okay, first run this. So after running this, you can see that the value of bar1 and bar2 is, so we want this value, the additional value, to be here, or the sum to be here. To do this, we will start with PHP and say echo, and we will simply take this value which we have calculated from here, and we will put it here and semicolon, and hopefully it should work now. So you can see that the value of bar1 and bar2 is 15, but we haven't put 15 here. This 15 is coming from here, and which is the addition of this one and this one. So right now you can see that with this logic, with this kind of playing, you can do a lot of things by using a programming language into your website. You can even store information like personal information like your name, your age, your date of birth, a lot of things you can store with the programming languages. Okay, so this is how actually the PHP works in web development. I hope that you will be extending your knowledge more with the web development, and also you can actually learn your web development from w3schools.com, where you can learn HTML, PHP, you can see over here. So yeah, I will also make tutorial on HTML, CSS, JavaScript and PHP. Thank you for watching this video. See you into another course.